Falling down, London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Death Stranding, a game that sparked confusion, praise, memes, and more walking than any post apocalyptic mailman deserves. Released in 2022, I think on PC, I played it like 3 hours and never played it again. It just didn't hook me. After seeing a big fan base praise the game, I started seeing 2025 Death Stranding 2 release footage, and I thought it was amazing. So, being a teacher, I have the whole summer off, so I decided to give this game the real chance it deserves, and I played it all the way through the end. So, this is my review of Death Stranding 1 in summer 2025 in anticipation to play the sequel of the game. So, is it a misunderstood masterpiece or just an overhyped Amazon Prime simulator like I first thought? Let's find out. In a fractured America, society has collapsed, yet somehow Wi-Fi still works. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, a gruff, lonely courier played by Norman Reedus, tasked with reconnecting isolated cities and carrying a mysterious baby in a jar. It's weird, but it's beautiful. It's Kojima. At its core, Death Stranding is about walking from point A to point B to reconnect all the cities of the United States. There isn't a lot of difficulty to this, other than the time it will take you to go from that point A to point B. I'd say there's 5 to 10% of that game that is about stealthing and gunning mysterious being and probably a few bandits. Other than that, all it asks you to do is go from point A to point B, and it's gonna give you like crutches, like mountains to climb or go around or whatever. All of which I could do with probably 5 ladders, 3 ropes, and my motorcycle. That's it. That's all I used for the whole game, and it took me the same amount of time that everybody says it took them to finish the game, so around 30 hours. But the strength of this game here is the storytelling for me. Kojima's delivery here is as weird and as wild as ever, touching on life, death, loneliness, connection, and even the afterlife. Some moments are genuinely moving. Other feels like a fever dream written at 3 a.m. by an existential philosopher. But here's the thing, it's amazing. All I did was doing those deliveries from point A to point B just to see what would happen next in the story. It was that good. And oh my god, one thing you can hook me with in a game is some sexy ass graphics. I played the director's cut on a modern rig, and it was so beautiful. The wilder landscape, smooth combat, quality of life upgrades that trim the fat in the director's cut. In 2025, the game looks and runs super well. I was playing at 4K 120 FPS. It was amazing, and it's easy to recommend if we only look at it from that perspective. Death Stranding isn't for everyone. Like I said before, I'm a teacher, and if I wasn't off during this summer, playing probably an hour at night when I got my students during the week, I would have probably not been able to go through that boring gameplay for like 2, 3 days just to see the next cutscene. It is, after all, just a walking simulator, at least gameplay wise, like everyone told you about. I'm really happy to have the privilege to be off for so many weeks every year because I could experience that storytelling in that quote unquote movie that Kojima put out right here. But honestly, for the sequel, after playing that one, I would probably just watch a video or somehow just get the whole story and the whole cutscenes to see what happens next. But I wouldn't go through playing that gameplay again. Because even if I seen all the reviews from the sequel, Even if they bumped that fighting and stealthing that was fun like 10% of the time in the first one, even if they bumped that to like 50% in the sequel of the game, it would still be boring for me to play the other 50% of that game. To me, it felt like Kojima produced a really well executed, I would say, movie, and he used the gameplay as service to his movie he wanted to produce. I'd say Death Stranding 1 is an awesome movie. And I'm really waiting for Kojima to produce the same type of game with the gameplay being just more engaging and having fun all the way throughout and still having this level of quality of storytelling and graphics. So if I would have to rate that game on a 10, I would probably give Death Stranding 1 a 6 because it's a game after all, and the gameplay, I would give that a 2. But as a creative product, like the storytelling, the graphics, like that engine made me want to play Horizon Forbidden West just because I was so awe of the graphic and delivery. So I would give that like a 9.5, almost 10, you know? So I would give that overall a 6. I would honestly tell my friend just to watch a video of all the cutscenes back to back to see the story. Because, like, the last cutscene, I think it lasted for like an hour and a half or something. Like the last few scenes of the game. And it's basically like a movie, and it's just awesome to watch. Just not fun to play, in my opinion. And I use opinion very specifically here because at the end of the day, I come at it from a perspective of a everyday worker. I don't have a lot of time usually, so I wouldn't be able to go through with that type of game. But if you think that walking from point A to point B, managing your cargoes, going around mountains and stuff is appealing to you, it's kind of a gameplay you like, man, feel free to try it. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment, did Death Stranding grow on you? Did you bounce off? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that game? Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more reviews and retrospective. Until next time, keep on keeping on.